Hey everybody, this is the Sliders Review, and I'm here today to talk to you about Citadel. This is a 2023 television streaming show that Amazon Prime created, and it's an action spy show. And this show is, to date, the most expensive show Amazon Prime has ever created, with a budget of $300 million. I believe it's more expensive than their Lord of the Rings television series. And well, this show is a hot, stinking mess. I really tried to get into this show, and there were only 6 episodes, and for the most part, it's a pretty decent, good show. The problem with this show is that they hit you with a huge twist every episode. And the huge twist is just a jumble of like marbles and everything. And it's just kind of like, why? Just slow down, chill out, calm yourself down, and leave some of these twists and turns for like other seasons. Which, yes, this show does have a second season. This show is so successful, they have 2 spin-off series. Not a show that's dubbed in another country, but an actual spin-off series. There's an Indian series that's getting made, and then there's an Italian one that's coming out next year that's already been made. And Citadel Diana is coming out next year. It's the Italian one. The Indian one, I don't know when exactly that comes out. And so you would think that, okay, they have a second season. It's a big star-studded cast with some huge names to it. And they have 2 spin-off series. It must be a really good franchise or something. Well, like I said before, it's not a terrible show. It's a messy show. It's a very, very, very messy show that has bad writing. See, I am allergic to bad writing. See, it's like all like stuffy in my nose, and it makes me all sick, and it gives me like a high fever and everything when they do like the bad writing. I just can't take it. I do not like bad writing whatsoever. And the reason why it has bad writing is because they set you up to believe one thing, and so you follow that narrative in one episode, and then at the end they hit you with a twist and a turn, and you just like, wait, what? So they're like, okay, you go into the next episode, and then you follow that narrative. Then they hit you with another twist and turn, and another, and another, and another, and it's rinse, wash, and repeat. And it's this rinse, wash, repeat that's really confusing. This is a confusing, messy show. And all the twists and the turns, they would have been okay if this would have been panned out for other seasons, but not all crammed in one season. And that is the problem right there. It's all crammed into one season of only 6 episodes. And that is too cluttered and everything. And well, it's to the point when I watched all 6 episodes, I did so while playing on my tablet. For 6 hours straight, I was on my tablet. And, you know, that's a bad thing when you're watching the show. Now, if they just would have calmed down, chilled their behinds out, it would have been more enjoyable and everything to follow one narrative, one season, and then hit you with that twist and turn at the end of the 6th episode. That would have been so much better, because for the most part the acting's pretty good. Like, some people have really criticized the acting. It's not that terrible. It's just some, like, the lead dude, I don't know, it's just like when he tries to do like the humor type stuff, it's not really there. And it's just kind of like, another reason why it's not there and why people might think it has bad acting is because when they keep hitting you with all these twists and turns and this and that, and your mind has to shift, then you're not really paying attention all that much because you're trying to catch up. But then you're also trying to catch up with the acting that can be pretty good or just so-so. And, you know, the first season, like, okay, this show was created by a lot of people. I don't even feel like getting into their names right now because there's 3 different people this show was created by, but the Russo brothers are executive producers. Now, an executive producer has some swaying power, but not that much as like a creator. However, there is a good side to the second season. One of the Russo brothers is gonna direct every single episode in the second season. This will be better. It's Joe Russo. Because this show has multiple directors and no, actually it has the same director. Yeah, it has the same director in every episode, and then there's one where it has two. And well, I don't think this person did a very particular good job because, especially with like the flashback stuff. I never knew sometimes when you was actually in a flashback because they will let you know on the screen by saying this happened a couple of years ago, stuff like that. But if it's a blank and you'll miss it type thing. So if you turn your head at the moment that happens, you're not going to know what time period you're in. It would have been nice if they would have changed the atmosphere or something, but they did not. And so when they hit you with all these flashbacks, sometimes some of these flashbacks are just a little too repetitive, and it's always best to show, not tell. But then they both show and they tell, so it's just only the set. See, the flashbacks are only there and only there to set up the twist. So the events will plan out, so we get to see a little this, a little that. Then we go back to the present day where they just explain everything, and it's just kind of like, huh? So hopefully Joe Russo will do a better job second season as he's going to direct. I mean, come on, man. They did an amazing job in the MCU, especially with the Captain America movies. So this whole spy genre thing should have been up their alley, but they are not the creators or the directors of this, or even the writers. So hopefully they will get back on track in the second season. Will I come back for a second season? Probably not. I'll probably look at the reviews first. But I don't know, because all these twists and turns that they have in here are just so stupid. It's like, where can you go after this? Like, there's really nowhere you can go other than that last twist at the last episode. And it's like you had us spending time rooting for this person only to find out this person's a bad person. And so that's really gonna mess with a lot of people's heads. Now, when you watch this, the first thing you get is that this feels like Jason Bourne. And for the most part, it's just a huge ripoff of Jason Bourne. But it's also a ripoff of other stuff. Jason Bourne. Jason Bourne. That's it. Jason Bourne. James Bond. Mission Impossible. Something else. I forget what else. It's another movie that this takes inspiration from. But all those spy type genre type things, it just takes inspiration from all these different things. Basically, it's two organizations, the Citadel and Manticore. Now, when I heard the name Manticore, I wish they didn't call it that. Why? Because James Cameron came out with a television show back in the late 90s, early 2000s called Dark Angel with Jessica Alba, and it was set in the future, and there was an evil organization known as Manticore. And in this movie, there's an evil organization known as Manticore. And so basically, this movie in the early beginning, they're on a train, not movie, TV show, they're on a train, and it follows these two, spies. Which, let me just say right here, right now, I can't even pronounce her name. Priyanka Chopra Jonas. Whichever Jonas brother she married, boy, they hit the jackpot. This woman is sexy. I mean, oh my God. She is hot. And when you look at her really deeply in the face, she looks a little bit like Gal Gadot, a little bit. But anyways, so it stars her as like a spy. And she's really good. She's really skilled and all this other stuff, right? And it also stars that Richard Madden. And I think he was in, Game of Thrones, something like that. And so he plays Mason Kane. And she plays Nadia Singh. And so they're really two great spies that work for Citadel. They're looking for apparently a virus. That's how originally this was set up. So they're looking for a virus. And there's like a train explosion. They both get knocked off and they lose their memory. But we first see him lose his memory. So it's like, oh, okay, I get it. It's like Jason Bourne. So he lost his memory. 8 years has passed. He's married with a kid. And so he doesn't know he's a spy. And then Stanley Tucci character comes in and tries to, like, give him back his memories and be like, hey man, you work for this and that. Like, okay, I can follow that narrative, right? And so then they all like, cause it's also a little bit sci-fi, so they all like, look, oh, Dollhouse, that's it. Who's that disgraced guy? Josh Whedon. He came up with a show called Dollhouse, where all these like assassin spy people insert their memories into like a chip, and then they had new memories downloading them so they can play like spy or something like that. Anyway, every time you go on a mission or whatever, Citadel records your memories and they put it in this liquid stuff, and to get your memories back, they can just inject you with it, right? So it's like this weird sci-fi thing. Like, okay, whatever, I can roll with that. And so he's all like, I can give you back your memories, but you can't lose these vials, because if you do, these are the last ones, and blah, 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 blah. Well, this is when Manticore attacks them and everything. And so, like, of course, what happens? Stanley Tucci character gets kidnapped and the vials break. So he don't know who he is. So you think you're going to follow this narrative of him pretending to be a spy, even though he is, and don't remember who he is and stuff. Then the next episode, we find out, oh, okay, Nadia, her memories are gone too. And even though they don't remember who they are, they can still fight and like catch knives and crap like that, right? So there's a little humor and stuff like that in here. So he tries to, like, find her and give her her memories. She ends up getting her memories back. So it's like, oh, okay, so we're not going to follow her with amnesia, but she got her memories. So that's cool, because she can help him get his back. And so this could have been a really interesting premise, but then they hit you with twists and turns and this and that. Then it goes from that to where his wife, turns out his wife, who pretends not to know anything because she doesn't, because her memories are white, and she's a Citadel agent. And then it turns out that Nadia and Mason are married in real life. And so that's another twist and turn. And so, like, okay, there's going to be some kind of love triangle type thing. I can deal with that. Then it hits you with more and more and more and more. So then, it turns out the original wife memories got wiped, because something happened and they had to get her out and protect her life. And so, like, somehow they met back up and stuff like that. But then it turns out Nadia has a kid by Mason, and she never told him. She never told him when he still had his memories. And why? Because there's a mole in their organization, and nobody knows who it is. So turns out, another twist, she has a dictator or terrorist dude for a father, and that's where her kid lives at. And then, so they go to rescue some black dude. The black dude is all like, we can't trust this woman. She's like a mole and this and that and blah, 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 blah. And she set us up and blah, 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 blah. And then it turns out, no, she didn't set them up. It's just she got out of Citadel because she has a kid now. And so then the black dude, he hangs out with them, tags along on the rest of their missions. And so, like, there's an evil woman, and this woman, I recognize her. I remember her from a show called Harlots. She's a UK like ambassador, but she's also a Manticore like agent. And Delilah, so she's this evil British woman, and she's torturing the crap out of like Stanley Tucci character, because she wants now, instead of a virus, now she wants a nuke. So it shifted to that narrative now. And so she tortures him, rip out his teeth, all this and that. And she has one of her agents like torture or kills him, something like that. But then Stanley Tucci's all like, look, man, I can get you back to your girlfriend and everything, because she's working for us and everything. Who's the girlfriend? Oh, well, it's Mason's wife, the one who lost her memories. So then we go into a backstory how those two know each other. And it's just like, wait, does everybody just know everybody and just lost their memories and crap? So he tries to rescue Stanley Tucci character, only for the evil lady to kill him. And so, like, Hoy, I swear to God. So then the evil lady kidnaps Mason's kid with Nadia, and also tries to put in danger the life of, like, the other wife and the other child and this and that. Well, after they all rescue everybody and all this other crap, they don't tell Nadia's kid that, hey, this is your daddy and this and that and blah, 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 blah and stuff like that, right? So then the black dude somehow is able to come up with another vial that can give Mason back his memories. He does. And then we learn out some crazy, twisty stuff. So it turns out Mason is the mole the entire time. And why is he the mole? Because his mom is the UK ambassador lady. So not only did she try to kill her son, but she also kidnapped her granddaughter and tried to murder her granddaughter and stuff. What the world? Anyways, at some point, why he turned mole is because his dad died. He thought it was like a random bombing accident from terrorists, but no, it was Citadel the entire time. Citadel actually murdered his father and this and that. And then they found him and trained him to be the best spy he could be. And he's actually British in real life and everything. And then all of a sudden he just starts talking with a British accent when he's talking to his mom and all this other crap. And I'm like, I can't take this no more. So the mom is like, like a bad person and tried to kill her son, all this and that, and then now they're all happy, kumbaya and everything, and like he was the mole this entire time, but he's working for Citadel, and Citadel murdered like his father and all this other crap just so they can train him to be the best of the best. And he has 2 kids that don't even know they're related, and there's this huge love triangle thing because the wife doesn't have her memories back no more. She's pretending to be somebody else, and then the super agent lady, she's remembering everything, and it's too much. All right, it's just too much. It's just too much. And this had a budget of $300 million. That's as much as modern day movies, superhero movies cost. The Rock Black Adam movie was $200 million plus advertisement. It cost more than that. And I'm just like, what in the world? And they had to have a second season because they're going to want to get their money back and everything. There was no way they was going to cancel this. And so they made as many spin-off series as they could to try to get their money back and everything. And it's just honestly, I don't want to come back for a second season. This show is too much of a jumbled mess and everything. It's too confusing. You don't know who to trust in this show. And then they always want to hit you with another twist and turn, and it's too much. All right, it's just too much and everything. And now I see why this show got a bunch of mixed reviews and everything. It's not really consistent. And these twists would have been fine if they would have played out in later seasons. This should have just been a movie, a 2-hour movie, not no 6-hour show. And then they could have hit you with one huge twist narrative and all this other good stuff. Not only that, but the episodes don't even have the same runtime. One episode will have 50 minutes, another 40, and then another 30. And it's I don't understand these streaming shows that do this. Because you'll watch a show and you expect it's going to last a certain time, then it ends very quickly and everything. And that can be very confusing. So you can watch this show. It's on Amazon Prime. But just make sure you have your tablet handy to play around with. That bad writing like some stinky milk, man. When that milk get all stinky and everything and all chunky, you gotta throw it away. Alrighty, well, I'll talk to y'all later. Bye.